Hey, Killah Orki here. And to those of you who are new to me, don't know me, this girl right here, am Jewish. I've been Jewish my whole life. I'm half Israeli. I'm all well known in the culture and the religion, all that stuff. I was raised in it. I actually know how to read and write and speak Hebrew, plus some other languages. I could probably tell you more about the entirety of the Bible, not just the Old Testament, more so than the average, pastor at a Southern Baptist church could, okay? But I'm here to give you some pretty basic Jew facts that seem to be lost on a lot of people. So, kind of, lock in on this. Pay attention so you can be educated. The first thing is, well, unlike certain other belief systems, especially ones that try to really dominate the cultural landscape of a certain country in North America, even at the expense of people who are saying we don't even believe in what you believe, and also we have a thing called separation of church and state. Yeah, they're ignoring that. Jewish people don't believe in life at conception, in part because of history. So many miscarriages happened, so many babies died right when they were born, or stillbirths, or anything like that. So much could go wrong that babies were not considered alive until they were born and took their first breath and were deemed healthy. So basically, Jewish people consider life happening at first breath, not conception. Because before that, there's no guarantee that thing's even going to make it. It's just a thing growing. And that's also why many, many, many Jewish people don't do baby showers, don't do gender reveal parties. We celebrate the baby once they are born and taken home and considered safe to survive. That's how we do things. And there's even, biblical precedent for that, as in the book of Genesis, Adam was not deemed to be living until he was given the breath of life from God. He wasn't born. He wasn't like a fetus or anything. He was given the breath of life. Breath. Again, breath. Nothing about, being conceived or anything. So there's a little bit of a context from the Bible, or as my book is actually called, Torah. So there's that for you as a bit of evidence. And the fact that people are insisting otherwise and want laws to be revolved around that infringes on the rights and beliefs of Jews. And even other cultures that also don't believe in the whole life begins at conception thing. You are impeding on our religious freedoms. Stop it. The world does not revolve around you. The second thing that people don't actually know is in many, many, many parts of Jewish culture that in marriages, it's actually the woman who takes the lead in a bedroom activity and whatnot. As if the man, wants to get to baby making or is having some fun, she has every right to refuse him if she's not in the mood or has something else going on, and he can't really, complain all that much because it's actually frowned upon to, go against what the woman wants. However, if the woman's in the mood and wants some hot and spicy time with her husband and maybe do some baby making, it is frowned upon if he refuses because, if the woman wants to do the baby making, then there must be something going on. And it also may increase the chances of a baby actually being made, because the woman actually wants it. She's going to give it her all. So it's frowned upon in that case if the husband's I don't wanna. So essentially, in parts of Judaism, women are more dominant in their marriages than men, when most cultures believe that it's the men who are in charge of everything, including the bedroom. So I could say it's a little bit of a feminist liberation in Judaism. And one last thing that's interesting about Jews, way back during the Black Plague, Black Death, whatever you call it, the one group of people who were most often the survivors of it were the Jewish people. And of course, everyone else claimed they were doing demonology, witchcraft, whatever else, something evil, when really they were just practicing things like basic fucking hygiene and being careful about their diet and doing other things to stay clean and away from sick people. So they were less likely to catch the disease than the rest of their European counterparts. That's just how it was, because unfortunately, most of the rest of Europe did not keep as clean as Jews, did not eat as clean as Jews. They were just, more messy, more dirty, and more likely to get sick. So there is also that fact that, our, many years of cultural practices even save our lives in times of freaking global pandemics, okay? So there are some Jew facts for you. Take it or leave it, but I'm just here to say, like, I will not ever be persuaded to believe in a certain person people claim is actually God who isn't, according to Judaism, and I will not be converted to anything. I actually, I'm not devout, I'm not Orthodox. I'm actually what one might consider the ultimate Jew, because the Hebrew word for a Jewish person translates to he who wrestles or fights with God. And that can also be translated to argues with as well. Well, what's a better argument? What's a better fight with God than to wonder if he even exists at all? So in a way, the ultimate Jew might actually be an atheist. Because what kicks God's ass more than ultimately denying his entire existence? Think about that for a second. And we are permitted by our religion to feel that way and think that way and, debate those things. No one tells us we're being blasphemous or evil for even thinking such a thing. So that's also another pretty cool thing about Judaism that I really wish other religions had, because some of y'all seem like really, really, really regimented and kind of scary how much you like to proclaim what you believe to be true and try to force other people to believe it. And that's just not how the world works, okay? You can't force people to do things. You should have learned that back during the Crusades. We're survivors. We're not gonna freaking convert to crap that we know, is just frankly not really likely to be a thing that benefits us. Because, well, the person that these people worship was a Jewish man. I'm sure many people know this. Jesus Christ was a Jewish man in Bethlehem, located in modern-day Israel/Palestine. He was raised Jewish, ancient Jewish, but still Jewish, so he followed a lot of Jewish beliefs, and even into adulthood. And to deny that fact that he would follow the Jewish teachings he grew up with, is just ludicrous. Because if you think he was a Christian, how could he be a Christian while he was alive? Christianity didn't exist yet. It existed after he died, and it didn't even start up until the Bible was written many, many years after he died. So how do you even know those are even accurate representations of what the guy felt and said? There's no guarantee. You're literally hinging your faith, your morality, and your desire to make laws to control other people's morality based on speculation. Ancient times speculation. And again, picking and choosing stuff from the Torah, or as you call it, the Old Testament, to try to make arguments, but then ignore other things that you don't like. Yeah, that's pretty crappy. Quit appropriating our culture when it suits you, okay? Just, stay out of people's shit, especially in America. The world doesn't revolve around you. If you want to practice what you believe, do it in the comfort of your own home, your own church, whatever. Don't try to force it to be the law of the land. And that's all I'm going to say now.